The City of New Albany has taken a very unique approach to city planning with the intent of creating a calming traffic impact on roadways. I'm so excited to look at this city's approach to planning. Today, I'm joined by Adrienne Joly, the Director of Administrative Services for the City of New Albany. She helps bring planning to the forefront, and she is spearheading the development of a new Central Park. Adrienne, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So let's talk about what's going on in New Albany, and a little bit, I understand that you guys have some unique characteristics. Tell me a little bit about that.
New Albany is a small aspirational community just outside Ohio's capital of Columbus. We've been growing for about the past 20 years, but we've been growing with the emphasis on building community, not just about physically growing the city. We are a master plan community, and so our master plan encompasses a lot of different areas. That includes land use, amenities such as parks and leisure trails and bike lanes, but also a big component of our master plan is transportation.
So talk a little bit about how that master plan that you've been doing kind of impact the community and how it actually benefits, I think, residents overall, because I think that's pretty important.
Well, the master plan is a blueprint for growth, and it helps set expectations, not just for residents that are living in New Albany, but also for developers or people that seek to come into the community. We have very high standards in terms of design and quality of development, and the master plan sets that expectation for people, provides some consistency in applying those standards. So property owners and builders coming into the community know that they're going to be required to build to a certain set of standards, but also people coming into the community, their neighbor will be required to have those same type of standards. It also is a way to help us be aspirational. And so when we do a master planning process with the community, we go out, we talk to residents about what they want for the future of New Albany, and it helps us to set a vision.
So is this combining like public and private partnerships a little bit? Is this what we're talking about in that master plan that you're talking about?
It is. Public-private partnerships are really important to New Albany. We've had success with them over the years. If we didn't master plan, we wouldn't be as prepared to enter into these partnerships when the opportunities arise. For example, we have the local utility company here, AEP, or American Electric Power. They built a facility in New Albany 8 to 10 years ago, and we saw an opportunity because we were looking in our economic development plan to create a fiber network. We were able to partner with AEP when they came into the community and build the New Albany Net Fiber Network. So because we plan, we're able to take advantage of those opportunities when they make themselves apparent.
Now, looking at that with the utility, that's pretty significant. That's not a small project. We're talking about something that's significant, and it takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of partnerships, as you just described, but I think it takes a lot of investment and time and commitment from everybody involved, construction, the community. You just talked about the utility involved and what you have to do to make something like that work, correct?
Yeah, I think it's about building strong relationships with our community. And so that's residents, of course. It also is a community foundation that we have. We also building relationships with our development partners. And so whether it's AEP or another developer, they know that we're open to those opportunities and we want to make their project successful, and they're able to partner with us to do so.
So let's talk about, I understand you have leisure trails. Talk a little bit about those. I think those are kind of interesting as well.
Yeah, I think originally our leisure trail system started as a recreational amenity for the community. But lately in the past 10 years, we've changed that or changed our attitude about that a little bit and really see our leisure trail system as a transportation network. And so if we have a goal that we want to connect all our neighborhoods and our businesses and our business park into the village center. So we call our downtown the village center. It's the place where we have Village Hall, we have the post office, the library, the ice cream shop, everything that you might need to build a community in this one place, and it's very intentional. We know if we expand our leisure trail system, we're offering people another way to get to the village center other than just getting in their cars. And so it provides recreation, it provides exercise for people, but it's an alternative transportation system as well.
So how did you come about developing that, and what was entailed when you guys did that?
So it's been incremental over time. We're up to 36 miles of leisure trail right now, which is pretty big for a community of about 10,000 residents. And we have about 15,000 employees in our business park. We get leisure trails two ways. So we have a master plan for our leisure trail network. So when development is proposed in a certain area, there is a requirement that that development will provide sidewalks and or leisure trails, depending on what that master plan says. And then also the city, when we do our own road projects or leisure trail projects, we're looking at that master plan to make sure that we're not just building a road, but we're building a complete street. So that could include street trees, sidewalks, and or leisure trails.
So I understand that you guys have a roundabout first policy. So we've been talking about roundabouts all day today, and I'm pretty excited about that because I understand roundabouts can kind of help with distracted driving, and that's really a big deal. So tell me a little bit about that.
Our roundabout first policy really came out of our last strategic plan update in 2014. Our corridors leading into and through New Albany, our road corridors, have always been very important to us. The character of those streets is important to the look and the feel and the aesthetic that we want to achieve in New Albany. And so we've always been looking for ways to make sure that our corridors can remain small, so fewer lanes. We don't want to widen our streets just to accommodate traffic. We'd rather build more narrower streets than fewer large streets. And so roundabouts, after we studied it during our strategic plan update, are a way that we can keep our streets narrow, but also accommodate existing and future traffic. And that's because mainly you don't have to build wide intersections to accommodate turn lanes. And so you can keep your roads narrow, but still accommodate the traffic to make sure that congestion isn't too bad in your city.
Adrienne Joly, the Director of Administrative Services for the City of New Albany, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure.
All right, there you have it. That's someone you should know.